Does everybody know this little giraffe's name? You need to practice these names, guys. Who is this? Who is this? Yes. Close. It's a giraffe, but it has a name. It's Elizabeth. Say that. Elizabeth. And this is her father, Mr. Mawakasunga. Say that. Mr. Mawakasunga. Yes, Mr. Mawakasunga. And this is, I don't expect you to know him. He doesn't get here very often. This is Mr. Gym Teacher. The title of my story is For the Rest of Your Life. And so, this is Mr. Gym Teacher. He's not in my story very often. That's because he gets really busy with coaching sports at school and then for the community on weekends. So he usually goes to church on Saturday night at 5:30.
That was Saturday night worship.
Right, yeah. Mr. Jim has been teaching children how important physical activity is. Our bodies have been designed to be active, he tells them. And he encourages children to be active. Running and playing on the playground and kicking the ball, that's all important stuff to do when you're kids. Mr. Jim always does his own exercises. He lifts weights and he runs outside and he does stretching exercises. But some days he forgets to exercise. And then the next morning, after he forgets to exercise one day, he thinks, well, maybe I won't exercise this day. But then he remembers he has to look forward, and just forget about don't worry about what he didn't do yesterday. Today, he needs to do his good exercise every day. In fact, Mr. Jim read a good book that talked about exercise, and in that book it says, exercise every day for the rest of your life. There you are. Now, this is Mr. Mawakasunga and his daughter Elizabeth. And her daddy's explaining to her how important it is to exercise your faith. God has designed us to do his good work, he explained to Elizabeth. And when you have faith in Christ, that means you want to be like Jesus. There are many ways even a second grader can be like Jesus. So we asked Elizabeth to list some of the ways that she could exercise her faith. I'm sorry, my microphone is doing that. I don't know how to make it stop. Elizabeth said, well, I can be friendly to that new girl at school, and I can help Mommy now that it's getting closer to the time when she's going to have the baby, and I can carry out the trash from the kitchen to the garbage can, and I can empty the silverware out of the dishwasher and put it away in the drawer, and I can sing in the choir at church, and I could read my Bible, and but yesterday I forgot to do something. I meant to help Margaret the bear rake her leaves, and I forgot. I'm sorry. Mr. Mawakasunga said he read a good book. In fact, it's the good book, the Bible. And it says something like, don't spend so much time worrying about what didn't go right yesterday. Just do the best you can today. Mr. Jim and Elizabeth and her daddy, all of them know that sometimes we fall short of what God hopes for us. Our job is to do the best we can today, right where we are, every day, for the rest of our life.